Hello aspirants, so a new lecture with a new day, the beginning of new days with approach 365. This is our course and it's the daily current affairs course. Today is November 18, 2019. Okay, so I have just added the source of our news. The first is The Hindu. There is news from The Hindu, PIB. Then Indian Express is also having so many news. Okay, from last 1 month I am observing that most of the news are coming from Indian Express too, so I have added this as an source. And then there are some miscellaneous sources in which sometimes we are getting our news. Okay, and I am Shubhangini Dubey. I am a journalist by profession. I have covered so many beats in education, in court, in green tribunal too. Okay, and then today we are going to discuss the topics. The major topics are just like yesterday I had just covered the basic major points of the news, so that if the questions are coming, so we can qualify the prelims examinations. Okay, so more topics will be there and short informations of more topics will be there in this lecture. Okay, then the first topic is Doctrine of Essentiality, the second is Arrokoth, the third one is New Horizon Spacecraft, then International Astronomical Unit, then World Gold Council, then Northeast Convention Center, then Atal Innovation Mission, AIM, then Wholesale Price Index, then Hayabusa 2. All right, so beginning it with the first topic, Doctrine of Essentiality. So basically this is a Doctrine of Essentiality is was invented by a seven judge bench. So there was a seven judge bench which invented the Doctrine of Essentiality of the Supreme Court in the Shirur Mutt case in 1954. So there was a case of Shirur Mutt in 1954, and Doctrine of Essentiality was invented that time by a bench of seven judges. So basically, court held the in term religion, which cover all ritual and practices integral to a religion. So what it for what it was? It was for the term religion. Okay, so it will cover all the ritual and practices integral to a religion. So whatever practices and rituals are there and what are essential in a religion, it was for it. Okay, and took upon itself the responsibility of determining the essential and non-essential practice of a religion. So it just bifurcated, or it just divided the responsibility of determining that which part of the religion is important and which part of the religion is not important. Like in Hindus there is like aarti is important, temple is important, worshipping idol is important, temple is important, but wearing dhoti kurta and having the tilak, it's not important in a religion. Okay, it is a choice, people's choice. Okay, so five judge constitution bench judgment was for Dr. M Ismail Faruqi and ORS versus Union of India and ORS. Okay, so this was for between the Dr. M Ismail Faruqi and versus Union of India. So it happened, it came in October 24, 1994, and it ruled that in 1994 the judgment was in Shirur Mutt case, it was of 1954, but now in October 24 by 1994, a mosque is not an essential part of the practice of the religion. This was the outcome of the doctrine of essentiality, that in the Muslim religion, in the Islam religion, mosque is not an essential part of the practice of the religion. Okay, it is not important to have a mosque. Okay, of Islam, and namaz by Muslims can offered anywhere, even in the open. Okay, so there is not important that mosque should be there, because people are there. There is a area. The mosque is a space in which people do offer namaz, but namaz can be offered in open space too. This was the outcome of the doctrine of essentiality. In some cases, Supreme Court have relied on religious texts to determine essentiality. In others, on the empirical behavior of followers. Okay, in some cases, Supreme Court are also relying on the religious text, that how what text and what Vedas and the Hindu religion, what Vedas is saying, and Quran and Shariat laws. These are some different things that which are religious text, and it will define that what is essential and what's not. In other, there are some empirical behavior of others, then what type of behavior they are following, and in yet others based on whether the practice existed at the time the religion originated. And the last thing is that whether that practice is has evolved through during the time, or it is from the very beginning, from the time when religion was there. So just keep this in mind, that doctor of essentiality is based on the religion. Okay, that whether that thing is necessary or and not an essentially in the terms of any religion. All right, Then the next topic is Arrokoth. Okay, so what is Arrokoth? So Ultima Thule, it was the farthest cosmic body ever visited by a spacecraft. So now we have a spacecraft who visited the Ultima Thule, and it is the farthest cosmic body it is, and it has been named Arrokoth. So it has the name. It has been renamed Arrokoth or Sky in the Native American language. So basically, Arrokoth is a native in native language in North America's native language. It is known sky is known as Arrokoth. So now it has been renamed. So what is Arrokoth? Arrokoth is an icy rock. Basically, it's an icy rock, and it orbits in the dark and frigid Kuiper belt about 1 million miles beyond Pluto. Okay, so this is important. It is million miles beyond Pluto, and it is dark and frigid Kuiper belt. All right. So Arrokoth is an example of a cold classical object. Okay, so Arrokoth is a example of cold classical object which has remained undisturbed since the solar system formed some 4.5 billion years ago. Okay, so it has remained undisturbed. Okay, since till from the very beginning when the solar system has been formed, it is it has remained undisturbed. Now it has was surveyed by NASA spaceship New Horizon in January 2019. Now NASA spaceship New Horizon has surveyed it with images showing it consists of two spheres stuck together in the shape of snowmen. So basically this is the image. The upper one is known as Thule, then lower one is Ultima, and this make it Ultima Thule, but now it has been renamed to Arrokoth. Okay, so it's 21 miles, that means 33-kilometer giant body. Okay, so in the picture itself, it is looking like a snowman. So the new official name, which has been chosen by the New Horizon team, so the New Horizon team is from NASA. So they have observed and they just gave the name and ratified by the International Astronomical Unit. Okay, so they just gave the name at the Arrokoth, and it was just ratified by the IAU, International Astronomical Unit. So every name which is given to a body, it is always ratified by the International Astronomical Unit. It was about the Arrokoth. Now, what is New Horizon spacecraft? Okay, so New Horizon is an interplanetary space probe that was launched in 2006 as a part of NASA's New Frontier program. Okay, so New Horizon was an international space probe. It was a space probe, and it was launched in 2006. And New Frontier program was NASA's indigenous program. The primary mission of the spacecraft is to study the Pluto system in 2015, and the secondary mission to study one or more other Kuiper belt objects in the decade to follow. Okay, so basically it just in the first time it in the primary mission was to study about the Pluto by the 2015, but now it is studying the Kuiper belt, which is similar to the asteroid belt which extends from Neptune. Okay, so now they are also studying the Kuiper belts, and in the decade to follow, in the upcoming decade, it will follow the Kuiper belt. Okay, it is the fifth space probe to achieve the escape velocity needed to leave the solar system. It is the fifth space probe. Now, most in the journey of NASA's spacecraft, there are so many aircrafts which have left the solar system. Okay, out. So the fifth space probe was New Horizon spacecraft, and it achieved the escape velocity which needed to leave the solar system. Sometimes it's need the escape velocity to leave the solar system, and it has already left the solar system. Okay, so what other fours were then? Other four were, keep this in mind that sometimes such things are asked in the examinations that tell the year. So, Pioneer 10 in 1972, Pioneer 11 in 1973, Voyager 1 in 1977, Voyager 2 in 1977. Okay, so both Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 were in the year 1977, and then New Horizon spacecraft in year 2006. Now, what is International Astronomical Unit? These are the things which we have to understand. Okay, from word by word we are able to understand that what this is. Now we have learned about AIU, we have learned about the New Horizon spacecraft. Okay, so now AIU, it is an international association of professional astronomer. Okay, professional astronomer are there in the International Astronomical Unit, which are active in professional research and education in astronomy. Okay, among other activities, it acts as the internationally recognized authority. It is an internationally recognized authority for assigning designation and names to celestial bodies. Now it is authorized that they can name the celestial as well as the, yeah, they can give name to the celestial bodies like a star, planet, asteroids, etc., just like we heard about the Arrokoth or any other. So if India will decide some name for of the celestial body, such like a star, planet, or some asteroid is there, and India is suggesting, then it will be rectified by the International Astronomical Unit. Okay, so the AIU is a member of International Science Council. Okay, it is a member of Science Council, International Science Council. The AIU remains friendly relations with organizations that include amateur astronomers in their membership. Okay, so there are some amateur astronomers too, but AIU is always remain friendly with the organization which are having amateur astronomers in their membership. Okay, so it is a kind of collaborations of the for the space agencies. Okay, now World Gold Council. Okay, so World Gold Council is the market development organization for the gold industry. Now there is a council in the international level, and it is in the world level, and it is a market development organization for the gold industry. It is headquartered in London, which is in United Kingdom, and they have offices in India, China, Singapore, and the United States. Okay, so this is about the World Gold Council. Its headquarters is in London, and it is offices in also in India, China, Singapore, and United States. It works across all parts of the industry from gold mining to investment. Okay, so it does not do something related to gold investment. Okay, but it also work across the part of industry, and it is also having space in the gold mining. It also works in mining, it is also working in the investment. And the aim of World Gold Council is to stimulate and sustain demand for gold. Okay, so it will be an ease in the global level. They frequently publish research that demonstrates gold strength as a preserver of wealth both for investors and the countries. Okay, so frequently they publish research papers which demonstrate that what the gold strength is as a preserver of wealth. Okay, how people are likely to preserve their wealth in the form of gold, and it is good for the investors and also for the country's economy. Okay, so this is about the World Gold Council. They have also launched various products such as SPDR gold and gold accumulation plants in India and China. So various products has is also launched by this organization. Now World Gold Council helps to support its members to mine in a responsible way and develop the conflict free gold standard. Okay, so it just maintains no dispute should be there, and developed the conflict free gold standard. Okay, so this is about the World Gold Council. There is a systematic way how gold should be purchased, in which country how much is there, and what is the demand in the world level. Okay, then World Gold Council recently released gold demand trend report. Okay, so recently a report was released, that is gold demand trend report, and it highlight that gold is the third most consistently bought investment still, and it will be remain the same, and it is the third most consistently investment. 46% of global retail investors have chosen gold products. Okay, who are retail investors, they have chosen gold product behind saving accounts 78% and life insurance 54%. Okay, so 46% for the gold products, behind saving accounts 78%, and life insurance is for the 54% people. Okay, so this was about the World Gold Council. Now, Northeast Convention Center. Okay, so Northeast Convention Center is being set up by Northeastern Council in Delhi. Okay, so who did it? Northeastern Convention. Simple, it is Northeastern Council. NEC set up it. Okay, the center will act as a cultural and convention information hub for the Northeastern region in Delhi. Okay, so this will help in the development of the information hub for the Northeastern region in Delhi. Okay, it will have a library come reading room with material on northeastern region, and art gallery displaying the northeast. So basically it will be northeastern region of India, not of Delhi. It will be in Delhi, but it will be for the northeastern region. See, in previous video only I told you guys that now UPSC's favorite area in the India is northeastern state. Okay, so they try to ask every type of questions related to northeastern, no matter it is bridge, the development, the railway, the routeway, the airway, the waterway, no matter what it is. Okay, somehow they will connect the northeastern states of India, because from like around 10 to 15 years they were aside. Okay, no people have much information about what northeastern states of India are doing, but now they are frequently in news, and even readers and viewers are also interested to know about the other part of India, and India is a united nation, so it's important too. All right. So it will have a library come reading room with material on northeastern region. It will be then, and it is a part of Union government's plan to promote the rich culture of northeast region. Okay, so basically Indian government, Union government is planning to have the culture of the northeastern region. Okay. Now the next is Atal Innovation Mission. Okay, so yesterday only we learned about the Atal Tinkering Lab marathon, and now there is again it is, and it is called by the President of India, in which brilliant students are there. Okay, so a group of selected students, innovator of the Atal Tinkering Lab, called on the President of India. So they were called in the President of India. So what it is? So Atal Innovation Mission, from the name itself, it's about the innovation. Okay, having the innovators, brilliant innovators. Okay, so it is a flagship initiative which is set up by the National Information Transformation Organization of India, that is Niti Ayog. Okay, so initiative has been set up by the Niti Ayog, and it will promote innovation and entrepreneurship across the length and breadth of the country. So basically it is for the innovation and the development of how many more people can do can be entrepreneurs. Okay, so it is about it. Entrepreneurs is like having a startup or having a job, or not a job, having the startup, serving people through services, and having your own business is entrepreneurship. Okay, now there are six major initiatives under the Atal Innovation Missions. Okay, so these are the six. I have just, like yesterday, I just told you about the Atal Tinkering Lab, but now we have bifurcated it, and it is like that. Atal Tinkering Lab, so it creating problem solving mindset across schools in India. So there will be Atal Tinkering Lab, and it will help students in creating, having a mind who will try to solve solution of the problem. If problem is there, then they will find the solution. So a mindset will be there that whenever there is a problem, we have to find the solutions. Okay, so it is the Atal Tinkering Lab. That then Atal Incubation Center, then Atal Incubation Center fostering world class startups and adding a new dimensions to the incubator model. So there are incubator models are like recycling models. If people are collecting the flowers in the Deepavali and in Dashera and in Durga Puja, and they have just made an incubation center that they will convert those flowers into sands and all that. Okay, in a manure. Okay, in a waste flower manure. So this is the incubation center. Okay, then Atal New India challenges, fostering products innovation and aligning them to the need of various sectors at the ministries. Okay, so this is about the New India challenge. Then Mentor India campaign, so a national mentor network in collaboration with public sector corporates and institutions to support all the initiatives of the mission. It is about the Mentor India campaign. Then Atal Community Innovation Center, so basically it will be for the community, stimulate community centric innovation and ideas in the unserved underserved unserved and underserved region of India, including tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Then it is called the smaller cities, not the metropolitan one, but tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Okay. Then Arise. Arise is Atal Research and Innovation for small enterprises. Okay. So it is for the small enterprises. It will stimulate the innovation and research in the MSME industry. So this is about the Atal Innovation Mission. The next is Wholesale Price Index, in short WPI. Okay, so recently in October, wholesale price inflation releases its report to 0.16%. Okay, that means wholesale price index has been come to 0.16%. Now, what is wholesale price index? So, wholesale price index, it is an index that measures and tracks the changes in the price of goods, not the services. So, how much changes in price of goods has been there in the stages before the retail level? Okay, before somebody's retail is the original and the last price of any product. Okay, so it is to monitor and measure the track which is in the changes in the price of goods before the retailing level. That is goods that are sold in bulk and traded between entities or business instead of consumer, which are sold between the entities. Now, wholesale price index is unlike the consumer price index. It is different. Okay, it is not like consumer price index, which tracks the price of goods and services purchased by consumer. Consumer price index tracks the price of goods which is purchased by consumer, but wholesale price index is before it it tracks the prices before the retail level. Okay, so this is about it. In the name itself it's clear. Okay, now some countries have wholesale price index changes as a central measure of inflation. Because of the change in the wholesale price index, inflation happens, but India has adopted new consumer price index to measure inflation. Okay, but as of now, even the wholesale price index is differentiating. We have a consumer price index which will measure the inflation. Okay, so wholesale price index is published by the economic advisor in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, whereas CPI is released by the CSO. Okay, so CSO released the CPI, whereas the WPI is released by the economic advisor in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. India uses the base year 2011-12 for calculating wholesale price index. The base year is now 2011 and 2012. Now Hayabusa 2. Okay, so recently Hayabusa 2 spacecraft started year-long journey to Earth with samples from a nearby asteroid. Okay, so the Hayabusa 2 is a spacecraft. It is not that Hayabusa of John Abraham in the Doom. Okay, so it is recently year-long journey to Earth with samples, and it is a tiny unmanned spacecraft. So basically, it's a tiny. It is, has no man. That is, it is unmanned, and it is a spacecraft that has been sampling the surface of the near-Earth asteroids 162173 Rogue. So Hayabusa 2 spacecraft is near this asteroid named as Rogue. It captures images, blasting a little crater in it and firing a bullet into its exterior to dislodge the particles. Okay, so Hayabusa 2 is a spacecraft. It is the mission of Japan Space Exploration Agency. Okay, so Hayabusa 2 is not of India. It is of Japan. Japan's space agency's Japan Space Exploration Agency. In short, it is known as JAXA. JAXA. Then Hayabusa 2 is the second Japanese spacecraft to land on an asteroid after Hayabusa. It has landed in Ryukyu, okay, in the surface of near Earth asteroid. It is near Earth and it is an asteroid and it has landed there. Okay, and it is the second Japanese aircraft which landed on an asteroid after Hayabusa. Okay, so what we can say that Hayabusa was the first one and Hayabusa 2 was the second. Okay, Hayabusa touched down a small near Earth asteroid called Itokawa. Okay, so Hayabusa and Hayabusa 2. Okay, these are the two Hayabusas. Then Hayabusa touched the down surface of the near Earth asteroid, which is the Itokawa, and Hayabusa to the near Earth, that is Rogue, and it safely brought back minute rocky pictures for analysis. So it brought the important pictures of that asteroid. Okay, so it was about the Hayabusa and the Hayabusa 2. So guys, this was today's lecture. Thanks for watching.